With the return of the Scirocco last month on the channel, you guys absolutely loved that video, bringing me over 220 likes on that video alone. Now, to return the favour without getting hit in the face by a tree, I thought I'd show everyone's favourite sort of video, and that is a POV drive of my very filthy 2016 modified Scirocco. Obviously, if you guys have been following the channel, you know roughly what this car's got, with the exhaust being a full custom, the ECU tune, the induction kit, the lot. So my plan is today is try and get as much of that as humanly possible for you guys to hear. Now, if you are from the UK, you'll understand that we're in the middle of a really stupidly hot heat wave at the minute, and it is burning me alive. I believe it's currently 29 degrees outside. It's unbearable. But as always, if you guys have any sort of ideas you'd like to see of the Scirocco, then please let me know. Without waffling too much, let's get into this POV drive. I don't want it to be a massively long video, but I do want to show you all what this car is capable of. Cold start. Actually, it wasn't a cold start, because if you're from the UK at the minute, you'll understand. Ah, shut up. I got a 40 coolant bottle. If you're from the UK at the minute, you will very much so understand that we're in the middle of a massive heat wave this week, and quite frankly, it's horrible. So with that being said, there's no cold start because the car's sat here at 30 odd degrees. But yeah, one thing that I do really like about the Sciroccos is the fact, like, you don't particularly see many modified Sciroccos. When people think of buying any A888 or a 2-litre DSG, you go straight to the S3, Golf R, GTI, Cupras, whatever. But the Scirocco is the only one really that you don't see much about, that's still a hatchback, or a sports coupe, some people call it for some reason, that still looks amazing in my opinion. The Scirocco is, if they put as much effort into the Scirocco as they did the Golf, the Scirocco would have been amazing, I think, personally. But the thing with the Scirocco is the fact it was like a dummy car for the Golf. What's a little bit annoying, because this car did have potential to obviously be better than the Golf. All my family growing up had Golf GTIs. We never had an R, but we had a fair few GTIs, and them great. I do really like them. It's just, I believe the Scirocco is just so much nicer. But it's currently 20 past 9 and it's still 29 degrees. This isn't nice in England, especially because you're kind of in a bit of a city. Like, you're not by the ocean or the beach. It's just so uncomfortably hot. And because I'm recording a video as well, I'm having to sit there with no aircon on, otherwise it's too loud for the camera. My window's up, otherwise I'd hear too much wind. I'm trying my best here. But believe me, this is the most uncomfortable I think I've ever been trying to record a video, because I have sweat dripping off of my forehead. I don't know if you lot could see me in the mirror, but I've got a GoPro on my head with a band holding it in, and the sweat is underneath the headband. It's horrid. That's the issue with England, is the fact it's either -3 degrees or 30 degrees. There's never like a nice 21-degree day or something, or just something that's bearable. It's horrible, especially working. You lot know I'm a mechanic, and the way our yard works, I've showed it on video sort of, it's like some of it's outside, but you actually work inside, and it is so hot under there. It's horrible. The only good thing to get from this is when you're doing a service on a car, the oils gets hot so fast that you don't have to sit there for long. You could just crack straight on with it. I always feel like people are looking at me as well when I'm wearing this stupid headband thing with a big fat massive camera just pointing out. But anyway, for the most parts, this is my daily driver, my Scirocco is. So I haven't really particularly gone too excessive with the mods, because obviously in the back of my mind, if money wasn't an issue, I probably would have full sent the thing and tried to get quite a bit of power. But the car's kind of for like modifying, and the MR2 on the Scirocco, and them a bit easier really, because that's what them cars are for, you know, modifying. Sciroccos, them everyday cars still technically, but they look pretty good with a couple quid thrown at it. I think my favourite mods on this car has got to be the steering wheel. The clocks, don't get me wrong, I'm extremely cool. I do really like the clocks, but the steering wheel lights up different colours. I haven't particularly messed with the steering wheel, the actual colours itself, but basically you can have your engine load, your boost, whatever that is, your intake. You can have your fault code, how much throttle you're using, your revs, your speed. Oops. But while it's a hot day like this, I'll always have my my coolant on. Tells me my coolant temperature. Obviously it's 90 degrees there, but it's not. It does go higher than 90. Most people think that, oh, it will just get to 90 and it will sit at 90. They don't. Basically, they go all the way up to however hot you need them to get. So whenever you're doing like a thermostat or a water pump or something where you've just got to kind of bleed the cooling system, on my eyes, you'll realise this, that you get to 104 and the fans kick in, and just etc etc. So it does always go up. Don't always believe it 90. It's currently sitting at 92 because the fans are on, because obviously how hot it is. Oh. Right then, so at this point now in the video, I've actually really badly messed up my arm, so I can kind of only just guide the steering wheel slightly with my right arm. My left arm is fine, my right arm is absolutely gone. Oh my god, that hurts. But the one thing I actually still love about this car so much, it's got a full custom exhaust system, but the only thing really you can hear when you're driving normally with the windows up and you've got, you know, you're not doing anything stupid, is the road noise and whatever bits of stupid German plastic is creaking and whatnot, because like the exhaust you don't really hear. And that is the other thing I love about this car to pieces, is when you do give it a little bit of throttle, it sounds amazing. Turn stability control. The reason I always turn off the stability control, the EPC, the traction control, is because this car, the one thing I have done wrong with this car that I've been a little bit naughty with is chucking it on some Lancel tyres. Now, Lancels are great budget tyres for everyday driving, them low volume rating, and them quite good on fuel, these tyres are. However, when it comes to a car like this and you give it some, it wants to spin a lot on the wheels. So it happened before to me when I picked up my 350Z. We came back from London and we're doing a little pull in this in first with the traction control on. It completely ripped the drive shaft out.
Oh yeah, sound that is.
What isn't, you know, good, I'd say it ripped the drive shaft out. It was on the it was more so on the knuckle side, because what happens is the car's tried to go. As the car's gone forwards, the traction and ABS have pulled it back with that still spinning, and obviously it's just gone bang. And the sound of it sounded like shells was hitting the floor, and I generally thought the gearbox had blown up again. And when I saw some grease and all that rubbish, I was a little bit happier, because the drive shaft for this brand new was like £70 for a good brand one. My petrol light is back on, because if anybody knows anything about DSG boxes, they'd know when they go wrong, they're expensive. But obviously it's the same for everything. You could track a DSG and it lived fine all its life, or you could just use it normally, taking it to work and back every day, and it could go, you know, like it's just one of them. The mechatronics on the DQ250 is always the issue as well. What's funny. But besides from that, it's like the whole manual versus auto debate. It's mainly Americans that just really like get onto it for driving a auto. But in England, realistically, people go for a manual license when taking the test. What means you can drive whatever you want, whether it's manual or auto. Whereas Americans, their preferred choice is auto. So, yeah. But when people go on to me about the whole stupid rubbish, oh, it's got to be a manual so you can feel the car. No, if a German car should be DSG. Golf R's, Scirocco's, Cupras, S3s, RS3s, C63s, BMs, you know, the lot. They should all be auto. The faster, oh my god. Dual clutches, I'm always going to be faster than manual, changing gear, whatever. But if you really love manuals that much, that's why old Jap cars exist. My MR2 Turbo, my GT4, and both manual, and I couldn't imagine them cars with a DSG box, if that makes sense. Same way, I've driven manual Scirocco's. I don't like them nowhere near as much as I like a DSG Scirocco. So, I know it's all down to preference at the end of the day, but it's the most annoying debate ever, hearing it all over TikTok and Instagram. Oh, you should have bought a manual. No, I wanted a DSG. I like DSG. I prefer DSG. You know, it's preference. I think that might have been the first time I've actually ranted as well on a video. Right then, so that is going to be it for the end of this video. If you all did enjoy, then obviously please hit the like and subscribe. The Scirocco POV drives are quite fun to make, really, because this car has so much to offer, and I enjoy sharing it with you guys at home. Now, the plan and my Adobe Premiere currently, I'm very messed up because I am doing about 3, 4, maybe even 5 videos all at once. All different cars, all related with different stuff. Now, if you do want to see all that stuff, obviously please hit the bell and subscribe. That means a lot to me, as I'm trying to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I've got 4 months left. It is doable, but it's going to be very tough, I believe. But as always, if you want to see more POV drives of this, the MR2 or the Scirocco, then obviously leave in the comments. Or if you have a complete random idea, then again, please leave in the comments, as I like your guys' ideas. As always, I hope you did enjoy this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.